there's word the CIA helped the Justice Department develop special technology to spy on cell phones here in the United States. Thank you. That's according to the reporting of the Wall Street Journal, which cites people familiar with the program. According to the report, small planes like this Cessna carry devices that mimic cell phone towers. Officials reportedly call them dirty boxes. They can monitor thousands of phones at a time. According to the reporting of the Journal, officials say once they find a suspect, they stop monitoring all the other phones and focus just on the target. The system can reportedly use the phone's information to track suspects within 10 feet of where they are. A Justice Department spokesman told the Wall Street Journal, the Wall Street Journal, that its techniques are legal and denied that they conduct domestic surveillance. Denied that. Critics call the program a digital dragnet because the feds are also scanning data from thousands of phones of people who did not do anything wrong and who deserve freedom of and privacy from their own government. But they are not getting it. Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. Is this legal?
Well, you knew this made my blood boil when we talked about it earlier. This is absolutely not legal. It is not constitutional and has not been authorized by any judge. The money comes from the CIA budget. The CIA is prohibited by its charter and by the statutes that enable it to do what it does from participating in domestic surveillance. So the money, millions of dollars in the past 10 years, that the CIA has given to the U.S. Marshal Service in the Justice Department is unlawfully given and unlawfully spent. That's problem number one. Problem number two, in order to do this, you need a search warrant. In order to get a search warrant, you have to identify the people whose phone calls you're going to listen to and give a reason why you want to hear them. There's no search warrant. There's no identifying. They capture thousands of phone calls from a plane in the sky by tricking your cell phone into thinking it's communicating with them. And then they listen to what they want to listen to and decide who they want to go after. This is a dragnet if ever there was one. And we know they've been listening to the phone calls of innocent people that they're not even looking for. How do we know it? Because the transcripts of some of those phone calls have inadvertently slipped into documents in court, and federal judges have said, "What's this?" And prosecutors have said, "We can't tell you, Your Honor. We're not allowed to tell you what this is about."
How do we stop them?
Well, by discussing it on air like this and letting lawmakers who are concerned about the Constitution know about it. But look, this started
after this segment is over, I'll get emails from idiots, and I'll go ahead and say it, they are idiots, who say, I'm not doing anything wrong. The government can look at whatever they want. You lost America if you believe that way.
You're right.
That's not what this country is all about. This country is about freedom from and of our government. If you don't do anything wrong, the government has to leave you alone. It is as fundamental to this democracy as any other tenet. And you will write me and you will say, I don't care if you're wrong. They're wrong.
There's nothing I can say
They're wrong.
that can add to the power of what you just said.
You know, what's going to happen when they don't like the president or they don't like the Congress or they don't like the way the government's acting? What's going to happen when they come knocking on their door? Because you're telling me they won't. I went to Cuba a couple of times working, and government minders followed me around. We don't need government minders here because they monitor everything we do digitally.
This is a government minder in the sky. And it's so effective you don't even know you have a government minder. And no one would want to live like that.
There's no, if I spy on my neighbor in that way, there's a police force that will come track me down. But if the government spies on me, there is nothing to stop them.
I thought the government worked for us, and we didn't work for the government.
That was the theory now, wasn't it?
Yes. Look, I don't know where this is going to go.
It's not going to go anywhere. None of this ever goes anywhere.
I will tell you that the first federal judge, before whom they bring this program in a way to validate it, is going to invalidate it. It is so patently, clearly unlawful for the 3 or 4 reasons I just gave you.
I don't talk on the phone, not on the cell phone. Mostly just text. I hope they enjoy the text. I say hello to them every now and then.
Look, the Supreme Court wrote an opinion just 2 months ago in which the Chief Justice said to all the police in the land, you want the contents of somebody's phone call? And he put it in caps. Go get a
search warrant.
There you go.
Hate them. And hate all of these people who think it's just A-OK and fine and dandy. Hate them too.
At least they're watching.
Well, they probably just turned the channel because I hate them, but I don't even care.